Did you know that 65% of employees say they would work harder if they received more meaningful feedback? Yet, only 1 in 3 employees actually get feedback that's helpful. It's crazy, right? Most people think feedback is just about pointing out mistakes. But here's the thing. The way feedback is given can make all the difference in whether it leads to growth or just frustration. In this video, we're diving deep into how you can give feedback that actually helps. Forget the usual praise sandwich or vague comments like, "You need to do better." We'll explore strategies that go beyond the basics, ways to make feedback clear, actionable, and even inspiring. Get ready to learn how small changes in how you deliver feedback can lead to big improvements. Whether you're a leader, manager, or just someone who wants to get better at giving feedback, this video is packed with tips you can start using right away. Stay tuned, because the feedback strategies you're about to learn are going to change the way you communicate forever. Chapter 1. The Art of the Unspoken. Mastering Nonverbal Feedback. Giving feedback is not just about what you say, but how you say it. In fact, research shows that about 55% of communication is nonverbal, according to the Moravian communication model. Your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can speak louder than words. Imagine giving someone feedback with a stern face or crossed arms. It's easy for them to feel defensive, even if your words are positive. The trick is to match your nonverbal cues with your message. If you're offering constructive feedback, maintain an open posture and make eye contact to show you're genuinely engaged. Studies have shown that people are more likely to respond positively when the feedback giver uses a calm and steady voice, rather than a high-pitched or rushed tone. A simple change in your posture, like uncrossing your arms, can create a more welcoming environment for the person receiving feedback. So, next time you offer feedback, think about how your body language might be sending a message of its own. Chapter 2. Empathy over ego. How to align feedback with emotion. Delivering feedback effectively isn't about inflating your own ego, it's about fostering connection. Harvard Business Review suggests that the most successful feedback is grounded in empathy. This means putting yourself in the other person's shoes, understanding how they might feel, and then adjusting your message accordingly. For example, when someone fails at a task, a typical response might be, "You didn't do this right," but the more empathetic approach could be, "I know you put a lot of effort into this. Let's see how we can improve together." Showing empathy helps lower defenses and encourages the person to take feedback seriously. In fact, studies have shown that leaders who show empathy are 60% more likely to retain employees. If you show that you care about their growth and well-being, feedback becomes an opportunity for collaboration rather than criticism. Empathy shifts the conversation from a transactional, "You failed," to a transformational, "Let's grow." Chapter 3. Beyond the praise sandwich. Feedback that feels authentic. For years, the praise sandwich, where you give a compliment, followed by constructive criticism, then another compliment, was the go-to feedback method. However, this technique has been criticized for feeling inauthentic and confusing. Research from the Center for Creative Leadership found that when feedback is mixed with praise, people often focus on the compliments rather than the constructive parts. Instead of using a formulaic approach, aim for feedback that feels genuine. People can tell when you're being sincere, and authenticity fosters trust. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology revealed that leaders who gave straightforward, clear feedback without sugarcoating it had teams with higher job satisfaction and performance. Authenticity in feedback also makes it easier for the receiver to process and act upon it. After all, if someone truly respects and trusts your opinion, they'll be more willing to listen to your suggestions without the need for distractions. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to get more content like this. Chapter 4. Feedback as a conversation. Shifting from one-way to two-way, feedback doesn't have to be a lecture, it should be a conversation. When feedback feels like a one-sided monologue, the recipient can quickly become disengaged. A study by Gallup found that teams who engage in frequent two-way conversations with leaders are 12.5% more productive. Opening up a dialogue not only makes feedback feel more collaborative, but it also empowers the receiver to reflect on their actions and share their own perspective. Ask questions like, "What challenges did you face while doing this task?" Or, How do you feel about the results? These questions open the door for mutual understanding and can give you insight into why something went wrong or right. Additionally, listening actively helps build rapport and makes the feedback process feel more like teamwork. When feedback becomes a two-way conversation, both parties feel valued and more motivated to improve. Chapter 5. Timing is everything. When to deliver feedback for maximum impact, timing can make or break feedback. A Harvard Business Review study found that feedback delivered too early or too late can have little to no impact. Imagine giving someone feedback about their performance during a stressful moment, like when they're about to go on stage for a big presentation. Not ideal. On the other hand, waiting too long after an event might cause the feedback to lose its relevance or impact. The best time to deliver feedback is when the event is still fresh, but not in the heat of the moment. Feedback should be given at a time when the person can process it effectively. A good rule of thumb is to provide feedback within 24 to 48 hours of an event. This allows the individual to reflect on the situation and act upon your advice quickly. Moreover, choosing a moment when both of you can focus on the conversation, without distractions, is key. Well-timed feedback can motivate action and foster long-term improvement. Chapter 6. Turning feedback into action. From words to results. Feedback should be more than just a conversation. It should be a call to action. According to a McKinsey report, 70% of employees who received feedback that included clear next steps felt more confident in their ability to improve. Feedback without action steps is like a roadmap with no destination. When you give feedback, always offer a clear and achievable action plan. Instead of just saying, "You need to improve your time management," try saying, "Let's work together on creating a weekly schedule to prioritize tasks more effectively." Clear steps help the individual focus on what needs to be done and give them the tools to improve. Additionally, follow-up is crucial. Regularly check in with the person to see how they're progressing and offer ongoing support. Research from Gallup shows that employees who receive consistent follow-up feedback are 3.5 times more likely to improve their performance. Ultimately, feedback is most effective when it's tied to a tangible action plan that leads to real results. Thanks for watching. If you want more tips on becoming a better communicator, hit that subscribe button now.